Hey there guys, this is Renegade Reviews, Renegade here, bringing you X-Men Origins Wolverine comic series review of Gambit and Sabertooth. Alright, so getting right into this, here we have Sabertooth, and this is all he comes with for accessories. As you can see, he has two wooden clubs. They're one color all the way through. Knobs on them and stuff. The two of them I do believe are completely identical. They're just like branches of a tree or something that he's pulled off and uses them as a blunt object. I don't know, they're alright. I don't usually pose them with them. Then he also comes with this cloak. Fits on okay. It'll fall off a lot for poses. It kind of makes him look bulkier and more like the Jim Lee version, which is the kind of cool aspect of it. You know, alright detail on it, it's just the two colors. It's got the brown kind of washed on here. I think you guys can kind of see that. You know, that's pretty nice detail that I haven't really looked at before this. But then it's got a line through here. You know, it's nice, it just doesn't work that well for posing him. You have to have his arm tucked down like this for it to fit, because if you lift his arm, then it won't, you know, go on quite right. See, it pushes his arm down. Onto the actual figure, you know, his outfit is kind of strange for Sabertooth. Not like the typical kind of outfit you'd think he'd be wearing, but, you know, it's pretty cool. It fits with the X-Men Origins, you know, Wolverine kind of setup they had going. It's pretty nice detail on it. This belt has a couple of actual holes in it right in the front here. Nice work on the silver there. Nice job on these, on the buttons. But yeah, I mean, it's a nice outfit. On his wrists here, he's got these, I don't know what you'd call them, bracelets or whatever around his wrist. But they got nice little silver knobs on them. All around very good paint job on him. You know, the hair is really nice, and that's part of the reason I'm doing this figure review. Is going to be trying to use this hair for something else, so this figure won't be available anymore for me to review. The face is a pretty good Sabertooth, you know, mean sort of face. He's got very nice teeth for it. One of his eyes looks kind of weird on mine. I don't know if that's with everybody's or not, but you know, good job they did on the hair. Really good job on that. Nice face on him, you know, because he's got the angry, yelling kind of thing going. You know, pretty good detail through him. They could have probably done some, you know, more shading on his skin and stuff, but all around it looks pretty good. The muscle definition is well done. The shoes are okay. As far as articulation, he has 360 degrees in the head. He has full rotation of the arm, or at the shoulder, you know, bends back and forth and 360. His elbow's a little stranger. You know, it just kind of swivels, and then it'll turn up and down. And no joint at the wrist, which is one of the strange aspects of him. But then he bends at the leg pretty well, you know. 360 degree rotate there. Double jointed at the knee. And then the feet, or the ankles are jointed, but they're hindered by the pants here, so you can't really move them. So overall, pretty good figure. Yeah, the claws on him, I forgot to mention that, sorry Gambit. The claws on him are pretty cool. Like, that's the main thing that even attracted me to this figure. So yeah, pretty cool figure. Moving on, we have Gambit here. Gambit comes with his bow staff, which is a little bit flimsy. I don't know how well I can show you guys, but you know, it bends pretty easy. But if you boil it and then harden it into the form you want, it can retain that for a little while. It comes with these cards, which are pretty cool. You know, you can see the, I don't know how well you guys will be able to see it, but the actual detailing on there, yeah, with the ace, spades and everything, and then on the back it looks like real playing cards and stuff, and the fire on it, you know, it looks good. It's got a good look to it. Gambit comes with his coat, which is pretty nice. It's got the buttons on it and everything. They did a good job with him, I think. There's a few paint defects on mine, like right here on the, I don't know if I'll be able to show you guys this. Nope, you're not going to be able to see it, but on the chin there, he's got kind of like a splotch of silver paint or gray or something. But he's got basically one hand that could serve as a fist for you, but it's posed. One hand is meant to hold the bow staff, one hand is meant to hold the cards, and that's what you get. So, you know, they're pretty well done hands. They've got nice black gloves on them, where Gambit has cut the fingers off of the outside 2 fingers and the thumb. You know, that looks good. His hair is well done. His face is pretty cool. A lot of people don't like that he's missing the collar from the comics. I don't miss it too much, but, you know, that would have been kind of cool to have. Yeah, really good detail on him, as far as everything goes. You know, the costume, I thought, is really well represented. As far as articulation, he can do, you know, 360 degrees in the head, but it is hindered by the cape. He bends at the elbow, but only to there. Like, it won't bend past that part. It'll go to there, to there. You know, he can move all the way around here. It's a bit hindered by the cape, but not enough to really be a problem. You know, up and down and 360 in the arm. Bends at the torso. Oh yeah, Sabertooth bends at the torso too. I forgot to mention that. And they can both look, you know, Sabertooth can look up a heck of a lot better than Gambit can, and he can look down pretty good. Gambit's sort of more limited in that range, but it's not too bad. You know, basically I turn him so that, actually I turn him this way usually so that the spot on his chin isn't really showing, thanks to his coat. But, yeah, and then, you know, he bends here, no waist joint on either of these figures. Same thing with the legs as Sabertooth, except for the ankle has no joint, whereas Sabertooth has the hindered joint. This one has no joint. They didn't even attempt it. And, you know, all around really good figure. This is a great Gambit figure to have. This is like the second or third figure I picked up in the scale ever, and yeah, I really like this figure. But it is lacking in articulation in a few places. I like to think of Gambit as a bit more agile fighter, you know. And so the articulation, like in the legs and stuff, is a bit disappointing, and the coat is pretty stiff. But other than that, you know, solid figure. Both of these guys are pretty cool figures. I love the Sabertooth's claws. It's just that he just doesn't have quite the right look for a Sabertooth that I'd like to see. I'm very partial to the Jim Lee version. I grew up with the, well, actually, you know, I grew up seeing the X-Men 1990s cartoon, but at the same time I watched the X-Men Evolution cartoon too, so I'm more liberal with how my Sabertooth can look, but this guy's a bit scrawny, a bit short for it. Size comparison, they stand, you know, next to each other at the same height, and then here's a X-Men Legacy comic book, if that gives you guys an idea of height also. So yeah, so kind of tough to get two of them to stand at once with, yeah. So yeah, they're good figures. I recommend you guys go out and get them. If you want a Sabertooth, maybe go for the 2-pack Sabertooths, the Jim Lee style ones, so they're a bit better. Of course, then you gotta get some other figure with them, but, you know, that's not all bad. And, Gambit, definitely get it. So, yeah, guys, it's up to you on the Sabertooth. Go get the Gambit. Thanks for watching Renegade Reviews. This is Renegade, signing off.